What's up, guys? Daemonxel back again with another Eve Frontier video. Third-party tools. What are they, and how can they help you get the most out of your game in Eve Frontier? Let's talk about it. All right, so we are talking about third-party tools, but before we jump right into that discussion, let me take a moment to put in the two plugs that we put in every video, and that is one, if you're not already subscribed to the channel, go ahead and tag that subscribe button, share the video, like the video, do all that good stuff. And if you're not a founder already, looking to become a founder in the game, looking to start your path on eFrontier, go ahead and follow the link below. Use my referral code for the Grace system. Helps you get Grace, help me get Grace, and that is the plug. All right, so we are talking about third-party tools, right? And before we can talk about third-party tools, we have to kind of go back to the history of third-party tools in the entire Eve landscape, right? So Eve came out in May of 2003, right? And we can't really pinpoint a specific date of when the first third-party tool was available for the game, but we do know that the developer, CCP Games, have always been friendly to and supported of third-party developers in their ecosystem for so many years, right? Even back in the old days when it was, what was it? It was XML, and then everything changed in 2016 when they switched over to the ESI system. They developed their API to be used so other creators can build things to be used for the game. Now, these three third-party tools consist of basically anything you think of, right? We have market tools, right? That in EVE Online analyzes the market, shows trade routes, helps you plan so that you can trade a little bit better and make the most money that you possibly can, seeing what is selling best in what situation and what location, right? We have skill planners, right? Helps you create that skill planner guide for, sorry, that's my alarm for recycling. A skill planner that helps you plan out your skills for like a year plus time, right? So you have that all planned out. We have let's see, Intel tools, right? What would EVE Online be without the Z killboard, right? EVE Online and the killboard are synonymous together. You can't have one without the other. At least that's how I feel about it. And of course, you have the fitting tools, which are actually in EVE Frontier built in, and we can just bring this back up real quick. Bring this up. We're going to hit Alt F, bring up our fitting guide. There we are. And all we're going to do is we're going to go into Simulate Ship, and we are in our fitting tool. And then in this mode, we can pick any ship, any module, test out whatever fits we want to try to see what's going to work, and take it from there. Now, out of all those tools, one thing that helps pilots out the best, I feel, would be mapping tools. And that's what we're going to be talking about today. About the new mapping tool for EVE Frontier. But if you're familiar with mapping tools, I mean, if you played EVE Online, right, you certainly know about .lit, right? Your go-to place for figuring out your routes, where everything is, how you can see each system is connected to what system. You can plan out your hunting, plan out where you're going, which region, all of that. Well, a member of Wolf, which is a EU UK tribe called the what's it here? Sorry, I'm brain shot again. It is the Wandering Order of the Wandering Order of the Last Frontier. And a member of theirs named Lcal had basically made this called EVE Frontier Map. So EF hyphen map.com. And as you can see right here, it is a perfect model of the Trinary and every star in the game currently. Now, I have the UI hidden right now, right? So this EF map is going to help you do a lot of things. It's going to help you plan your route. It's going to help you get information about the system. Now, I talked to Lcal about this because I wanted to make sure he was okay with me, going in and talking about this tool. And yes, he's perfectly okay about it. Now, I have the UI hidden right now, but we're going to bring up the UI. And as you can see right here, you have everything here. Right now, I have point-to-point routing. We're going to talk about the routing in a minute. But what I really like is the cinematic mode. And I have this kind of just blown up with the Aurora and stuff like that. And if you let it go, it makes just a really nice screensaver. And through the cinematic mode, there's many different things that has been added to this, which aren't in the game, like comets, meteors, so supernovas, flares, a lot of that stuff, and you'll see them from time to time activate on the screen. I think there was one right there. That was a comet or something like that. But just the beauty of this is nice. Now let's talk about the real nitty gritty of this and how it was built. All right. So I spoke to Locale, and basically the first thing he wants to know, everyone know, is that this is 100% vibe coded, and that is it's AI built. Now he basically said that he has no idea. He's only started doing this a couple weeks ago, but he's been slowly iterating features into it. He says it's a very addictive process, and he's lagging. He feels that he's lagging behind the game because he's found this portion of the game, building and creating a third party tool, that much more fun. Now, we're going to talk about if you are an aspiring builder as well, where you can go to get resources and everything else at the end of the video. But let me just bookmark this real quick and go here. Okay, so now I spoke to Locale about this, and he wanted to know that it was 100% AI driven, and that he's never coded before in his life, right? He's never had a need to. But this also shows people that if you have no coding knowledge or experience, literally anyone can now code with the help of AI, and I guess the program he uses is Vibe. Now, this is especially good especially down the line, when we get into these the D apps for the game, where you can build certain things. So right now we are at the very bare bones of things, and this is in-game mechanics. This isn't even third party. This is stuff that you can use to create in-game later on. I know they are planning on building a billboard system where you can code it for things. You can have people code in specific missions that you want to do. So in other words, on this channel, if we grow bigger and I learn more about this, I can make specific missions which you can accept in-game for prizes and whatnot. If you're like, say, if you're a subscriber to the channel, you'd be able to accept this mission, right? Stuff like that. But out of the game, you can now do this as well. Now, he also said that the app came about as current routing solutions didn't account for the change in play styles, basically from cycle to cycle. So a lot of things have changed, right? From Error 5 into what we are currently now in Error 6. We're in Cycle 2 of Error 6. And yeah, Cycle 2 is just a rehash of Cycle 1, just without a lot of the bugs. But the changes between these cycles, when they add things and take things away, a lot of stuff has changed. So that's why he's built this, so that it can take that in consideration. Like when you plan out a route, right? And it does have routing options on here. I'm going to take the semantic mode off. And I've already plotted a course, right? But when you do these routing options, you can adjust for the max distance of your ship. So a reflex, I believe, is 59 light years. So we have it set to 60. We could change it down to 59. It doesn't make a difference. Or if you want to make sure that you're going to, with mass and everything else, do the calculations. Well, yes, a reflex can only go 59, but with the cargo grid added, or if I'm hauling a bunch of black goo or black blocks or whatever I'm hauling, and it's weighed my ship down, I now have to take account for that. So now I can't jump 59. My max jump range is maybe now 52. Well, now you can do that and plot your routes. This is especially good for someone who is an explorer who wants to, say, try to get from one end of the universe down to the other. Or maybe you're a tribe and you're setting up somewhere. Now, this will help you plot out a route from a certain starting point or starting region, or then you can let all your corp mates or tribe mates know which route to take. So we've put this in, right? Our starting point is, let me just max this out a little bit because I'm a little bit blind here. E86, TAC 8 and 7, and we want to end up where it's going to be right in this trinary here. I just had it. It was a OV9 TAC BC1, right? So we calculated the route. What we do is hit and calculate. Now, there's two different types, right? You can do preferred gates or jumps, right? Let's just switch over to gates. We're going to calculate the route. It's checking all the nodes. Now, also, there's two different ways he wants to do this. Now, he wanted basically to say this because fuel is never used to be an issue, so route efficiency wasn't important. And now that you need fuel to get where you're going, It effectively makes scouting groups of systems a little bit easier, like going through a whole region to try and find a rift, right? He said the current solutions that he has worked into this right now is a server-side quick calculation. So basically, it's going to do the math to get from point A to point B on the server side. But if you want a more optimum route, well, it's going to take your CPU into effect, and you can do a more detailed optimized where it's going to use your computing power to calculate the route. So it may take a little bit longer, it may take shorter. I don't know. But we did this right here, right? We went, let's see. So from this system to this system, it is a total of 4 Stargate jumps and 44 ship jumps, right? Now, well, I don't like, yeah, see, as you can see here, does it show our, I don't think, yeah, here it is. It's showing our route right here where we start, and we're going to follow that right into where we ended up, right in here. Now, this won't show up. We're right outside the Trinary. Yeah, this is where we picked. We didn't go inside the Trinary. We picked right outside the Trinary. But as you can show, it shows your whole route within the star thing. Now, the way you copy this to share through DM or through a special channel or your corp channel, whatever, we have 2 different pages. Now, it's built so that you can copy and puts it right into the notepad. So we're going to copy this one, right? We're going to go back into the game. We already have our notepad open. If you don't know how to do notepad, you're just going to hit N. It's going to bring your notepad up. I'm going to make a new note. We're going to say route, right? And all we're going to do is we are going to paste. Boom. And that's everything right there. Now, it gives you the routes, the distance, everything that you need, how many jumps, how many plans, everything like that through this. Now, it also lets you know through the calculations to try and avoid heat traps. Doesn't always work, but it will help you maybe not get, system locked into a situation. Let's see here. 2 different problems, so 2 sections on the app. Okay. They also want you to know that if you are having trouble with the map, right, you can just go to the help right here, and it'll give you the overview of everything that you need to know what's going on over here, right? And in the future, he's going to be adding more things to this. Couple of suggestions that he had, and those would be adding in things like stat counts, right? Player counts, maybe kills and losses. Anything that's reported to the chain can be reported back here. Maybe some market trade tickets, right? So once the economy starts booming in certain trade hubs or keeps, maybe those show up there, and you can see what's selling, what's not selling, and you can plan out if you want to be an intergalactic trader in this dead universe. You can do that. So there's a lot of different things that we can do. It's basically all going to be scraped from that API to build future iterations of this tool. Other things he planned here, let me just double check. I just lost my place. It says, due to AI being used to create this, it means that it's doing the heavy lifting and the coding of this. So if he wants to add in different features, they can be added super quick. So we won't be waiting, like days and weeks for it to update with a new thing, right? But he also wants to add in possibly importing smart structured data from the API as well. Now, this may go, it may not happen because I know there are talks right now. Yes, you can chain hunt a person, right? Because everything is being reported to the chain right now, right? That's whatever structure you are, corp IDs, everything is on the chain. Now, they are talking about obscuring that data down the road. So you can't chain hunt, right? So it makes it a little bit easier, or I'd say more immersive, that you actually have to find out where people are. You can't just, I don't like this person. Where are they? Oh, I see their structures are parked here. I'm going to that system. I'm going to kill them. It makes OPSEC a little bit easier. I mean, if we're all coming from an EVE background, operational security is big, right? So we want to keep that OPSEC. So let's really hope that they're going to end up doing that. So the important of this is, especially those of you who are new to this, new to plotting, new to everything else, this is going to help you, right? And you can do this while being offline, right? You don't have to be online to do this. You don't have to look at the map in game, be like, well, excuse me. This is how I'm going to plan out when we go here. Let me try to do a jump here. This is going to give you the most effective means possible from getting from one point to B. Now, that doesn't mean you can't go blindly exploring. Yes, blind explore. That's what the game's about. We like blind exploration. That's how currently right now, without scanning and anything else, we're going to be able to find rifts and points of interest and all the things that they're going to be adding to the game down the road. But currently, if you really need to get to, plot B, and you don't want to have to do the math trying to figure out how I'm going to do this, this is your best friend currently right now. And yes, he is thinking about making this Discord enabled so that you'll be able to download a Discord tool to help your tribe and everything else. So big support out to Wolf Locale for building this. I love to see what he's going to do next with this. I'm in fact loving the cinematic mode. I can't lie. I love the cinematic mode, hiding the UI and everything else. I like leaving that up on my screen. I think it's just cool. So I hope this. Oh, right. We were talking. I forgot to say that. About if you want to become a builder as well, right? There is a specific spot on the official Discord that you can go to. It's the builder section. Now you got to make sure that you give yourself the builder's role. And you can do that, I think, in the role selection area, and you'll be able to join that community and learn and help build everything along with them for this. Where was I? There was one other thing he wanted to state. Let me just find it here. I'll be right back. Okay, I found it. I'm going to drag this over here so you guys can see it. Now, if you are an aspiring builder, right? I just lost the spot. Where'd it go? Give me a second. Don't you love when you drag things, it just disappears? Here it is, right here. Okay. So another resource for anything you want, especially if you want to do the map or you want to get your version or build something version. He says everything is there on github.com, and right here the app is fully open, so you can make your own version of this app as well using what he did, and all the details of the stuff that he's building towards is right here on this link right here. I'm going to try and put this. I'll put this link as well in the description below for the GitHub, which is like I said, the EF map. But anything that you want to build is also available on that site, GitHub. A lot of programmers, a lot of the coders are getting a lot of the materials from iterations long before to build things in game with this. And there's a lot of stuff you can build in game. There's a lot of stuff you can use now to build out of game. So I hope this information helps you guys out, especially you guys, future builders of third-party tools. I look forward to whatever you guys are going to create. I'm looking forward to using them. And with that, have a great week. Have a great weekend. Fly safe. And remember, here on this channel, we are always one vision, one purpose, one front. I'll see you guys in the next video.